I want to share a video that I made a few weeks ago, and that's because it shows a real world example of how to break down and look into polling. Because often you'll see the Royal Rota in particular use polls as a way to prove legitimacy. Article headlines such as, polls show that a majority of Americans dislike Harry and Meghan. But what I want to stress is how important it is to look into the methodology of these polls and who is running these polls, and particularly what the sample size is for these polls. What questions are being asked of the people that are being polled? What is the criteria for the people being polled, and how are they being polled? Because once you start digging into some of these polls, they start looking less and less legitimate. So here's an example, and I hope it's helpful. Let's look at a recent article where a poll is involved. From The Sun, but I have seen this article referenced in other sources. Has been. Americans turn on Prince Harry and Meghan Markle as popularity plummets in opinion poll. Yikes. We're turning on them? But no one told me. Did I not get an invite? Harry now has an approval rating of -7 compared to +38 in early December. Meghan Markle sank to -13 compared to +23 over the same period, pollster Redfield and Wilton revealed. Farther down, it says that this was a poll conducted out of 2,000 U.S. voters. It appears they also asked the question, asked if Harry was right to reveal intimate conversations with his family members in his biography. Only 26% said he was, with 44% saying he was in the wrong. I mean, this all looks really legit. There are numbers involved. There's a pollster. But let's examine it a bit deeper. First of all, I didn't even notice this before, but do they know that all 2,000 voters read Spare? Because this question is leading. Reveal intimate conversation with his family members. That's what Redfield and Wilton are saying. But are these also people that have read the book and then know what the conversations are? We don't know. Admittedly, my expertise is not in polling, but I can use my skills in researching and questioning to learn more about the poll. Here are some questions that come to mind immediately. How was the poll conducted? Was it conducted by email, online, phone? Because older people are more likely to pick up the phone. Older people in the US tend to go conservative. And the reason this is important is there does seem to be a divide between Meghan Markle and Harry supporters and non-supporters, and people that don't support them often quote the woke cancel culture, and those people in America tend to also vote conservative. So US voters isn't super specific to me. What's their gender? What's their age? How do they vote? And since it says US voters, does this mean that anyone that has a felony on their record was rejected from the poll? How were the questions phrased that you asked for this poll? I went to Redfin and Wilton, and I couldn't find anything on their website. So obviously, I reached out to them to see if I could get the study. I also went on their Twitter. Here is one graphic of a recent poll about Prince William. And I mean, it's a beautiful graphic. It looks very legit. But I still have questions. It appears from this that the poll was taken in Great Britain, 1,500 people involved. But again, what's the makeup of these people? Also, why does it matter? And another question I just thought of, who paid for this poll and why? Just dig into everything. Just dig in, ask questions, pull threads. It's good.